Good afternoon, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. I'm your host, Ross World. And wherever you are, come into the chat, say where you're from, say who you are, say what your business is about, because we're going to talk about military benefits today. I know a lot of you are like, I'm not joining no military, and I'm not going to have my kids to join the military either, because they're going to send them off to some strange country and get them killed. Is that possibly true? Yes, it is. But if you look at the statistics, especially for certain groups, because people that look like me really don't get into combat arms, we mostly do the support roles, the technical roles, whether it be setting up internet, in a field environment, or whether it be technical skills like being a chemical specialist, a supply specialist. They have all these lists of jobs, but instead of the jobs, because depending on what service you go to, certain services have certain jobs. If you want a job in aviation, okay, if you want a job in aviation, maybe being an aviation mechanic, a turbine or jet mechanic, some sort of jet engine, then you want to join the Air Force or the Navy, because those are the guys with all the jets, okay? Those are the guys with all the jets, the Navy and also the Air Force. If you want to ride in a tank or build a tank or fix a tank, then that's more likely the Marines and the Army. But if you want to do a non-combat role, most of the services have someone dealing in logistics. They have someone dealing in those technical fields, whether it be military intelligence, okay, or your chemical specialist, with some other ones just off the top of my head. Um, human resources. They have all these jobs that you can actually go into and your loved ones. And depending on where we are, as far as the U.S. in combat, we haven't been deployed for what? How long it's been? There are some people still abroad, but not in large numbers. And quite frankly, United States military are not down at the rapid race that we were before. But I know you're going to disagree. You can disagree. You're like, so, but I at least want to tell you the benefits for you or a loved one who may be struggling or who may be in dire need of some skills that are going to actually cost them no money. It's going to be free, $0 and 0 cents. And the worst thing that you can think of, this has to be my last choice. It may be your first choice because it may save you thousands, if not millions of dollars. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to get right into my notes here. And I'm going to tell you some of the benefits of actually joining the military. You just need to do your research on what type of job you will want when you come out back into the civilian world and use those skills appropriately, okay? Because quite frankly, you go into the military and you stay in for a while, anyone can be a consultant, anyone can work operations. You're probably a clerical secretary already because of all the paperwork you'll do, believe it or not. You're not just shooting guns and shooting rocket launchers all the time. You're doing quite a bit of paperwork, believe it or not. So you'll be amazed at the skills and the experience with only one term, 3 or 4 years in the military, serving your country, armed forces, for just one term. You'll be amazed. So let's talk about some of the benefits, okay? You will have a guaranteed paycheck and bonuses. Now, if you didn't know this, that you have a guaranteed paycheck, you get paid the 1st and the 15th. Also, every year you get an increase. Okay, they increase your pay every year. You see that increase every January 15th. Okay, every January 15th you see that increase on your paycheck. Also, there are year milestones. So, take for instance, you stay in 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. During those milestones, you get another pay raise. You get another pay raise. You also have clothing allowance, okay? You also have a clothing allowance. And I believe that is for the enlisted members only, okay? Not the officers. If you go in as an officer, you don't get a clothing allowance. But the enlisted members, to buy uniforms and other things that, awards and ribbons that go inside your uniform, you actually get a clothing allowance for that. What else? You have education benefits. Education benefits. So a lot of you are struggling. A lot of you are hurting actually to pay for college. Join the military for 3 years. Now, the catchphrase to that is that your first year in the armed forces, they would not pay for your school. They would not pay for your school. But if you watch my previous videos on Clep It, if you Clep It, there's a lot of courses you can Clep for free if you're in the military. So that first year that you're in the military, Clep a bunch of your classes, just enough just to get you started until that 1 year is up, and then you can actually start getting education for free. They pay for it 100%. 100%, okay? 100% the military pays for your education. Now, there's a room out there that don't pay for books, but what a lot of colleges are doing, they are encompassing, they're adding in the amount of the course with the books. So don't worry about that. You just have to do a little research. But they're going to pay for your education. And here's another thing. A good buddy of mine, he was getting out. He's like, man, I only have, a year left. I should have went to school, but I didn't. Guess what they paid for? He was in the Marines. Guess what they paid for? They paid for him to get his CDL license. CDL license. He went off and, he fell on something. Because here's the thing. If you stay in the military any amount of years and you don't come out with no sort of license, certification, or education, you're an absolute idiot. You are. That's just my opinion. I'm sorry. You are an absolute idiot. Now, there are some exceptions. There are a few members who are suffering from certain conditions that may prevent them mentally from attending school or certification course. Those people are the exception to the rule. But for everyone else, if you have a stable mind, you are an idiot if you get out of the military or if you join the military and get out and do not have any certifications, license, or education. My friend got out, and within that year, he went to school, or he went to class rather, and got his CDL license. Then he started working for Swift. Swift is a trucking company, 18-wheeler trucking company that you've seen them before. It says Swift on the side, white background. The yellows in the letters are in blue. The background is yellow. You've seen them. And he used to tell me, "Oh, I'm getting 40 cents a mile." I don't know what that means. But anyway, he was making decent money. Then he went from Swift to working for Coca-Cola. He went from Coca-Cola to working for the city transit, and the guy makes over $100,000, all from a CDL license he received for only doing 4 years in the military, in the Marine Corps. You see the benefits I'm getting at? Did he go to war? No. He didn't go to war in those 4 years because we wasn't deploying. Okay, the military was not deploying during those 4 years. Then you're like, oh, just be my luck that we started deploying when I get in. Possibly. But here's the thing. There's a lot of people who went to war, came back totally fine. There's a lot of people who didn't come back. There's a lot of people who didn't come back with all their parts. There are dangers to it. There is a risk. But I believe that sometimes the benefits outweigh the risks. This is my opinion. You can beat me up about it. I don't care. This is just my opinion. So we talked about education benefits. 100% tuition is paid. Here's another one. You get advanced and specialty pay. See, when you have a specialty where there's no one, there's a very few people that have the certain set of skills that you have, like a EOD tech. Okay, they got EOD techs in the Air Force. They got them in the Army, and I also believe that they have them in the Air Force. I see Air Force, Army, and also the Navy as well. Okay, I don't know about the Marine Corps, but I know those three have it. And guess what? They get almost an additional $1,000 for that particular specialty. Now, granted, their job is very, 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 very dangerous. They're diffusing bombs, okay? They are diffusing bombs, so it's very dangerous. But there's other specialties for non-dangerous MOSs, nothing like that, Whether you be a chemical specialist and you have a certain set of skills that you may wear an encapsulated suit, you go down to a confined space, maybe a sewer drain, and you are monitoring for hazardous materials and hazardous gas. but you're fully protected. Now, there's a little danger to that, but you may get anywhere from $250 to $500 specialty pay. Specialty pay. People on flight status, specialty pay. People who are airborne, specialty pay. Okay? So there's a lot of money to be made in the military. And I'm not saying you have to retire and do 20 years. Man, that's a long damn time. Okay? That's a long damn time. But this may be a viable option for you. If you are under the age of 34, this is a viable option for you. Or you have, your son, your daughter sitting on the couch ain't doing it with their life. You might want to go sign them up for about 3-4 years. That way they come out with an education, they come out with a certification, and they already been making money, so they know how to budget and save for their money. And you teach them that, okay? 30 days annual paid vacation. 30 days annual paid vacation. Can you do something with that? Can you do something with that? 30 days annual paid vacation. Every month you accrue 2.5 days of vacation. That means that doesn't go along with all the holidays that you get. And the military members, they receive training holidays. You get unlimited sick days. Unlimited sick days. You only accumulate 2 sick days a month. No. When you get a surgery, when you get sick, when that doctor says, hey, this person be out for a week, this person be out for a month, none of that takes away from your annual paid vacation. And yes, you still get paid the entire time. You are a federal government employee and you are on salary, and nothing takes away from your pay unless you get in trouble. Then they start taking your pay, they start taking your rank, okay? But that's neither here nor there. The point I'm making is you have regular 30 days paid annual vacation. And if any of you are out there, that is in the top tier of paid vacations, okay? That is in the top tier of paid vacations. No doubt, no ifs and buts about it, okay? Here's another one. You also get training holidays. You get regular federal government holidays. You get unit holidays. So quite frankly, you only may be working 6 months of the year. When you tally up all the days that you go to work, okay, you may be only working 6 months of the year. And here's a question. Do you deserve it? Hell yeah, you deserve it. You're serving your country. You're putting your life on the line. And at any given moment, they're going to call you to go to the field. They're going to call you to go train. They're going to call you to do all sorts of things. Going to the confidence, the gas chamber, go shoot on a range. You're going to be doing all sorts of military stuff that if you're only working 6 months a year, whoever not serving their country, you tell them to shut up. Because, hey, how about this? You do what I'm doing, and then you tell me if I don't deserve the time off. That is the question. Okay, moving right along. Travel. You will travel. Now, you will travel abroad. You may travel to Asian countries. You may travel to Middle Eastern countries. Middle Eastern war. Okay. Anyway, you'll travel to European countries, or you will just travel the great United States of America. Okay, that's what you will do. And I don't mean great as it being great. I just mean that sometimes. All right. Also, you have different parts of the military, meaning that you can do not different parts, but different services, meaning you can do full-time, meaning you're active duty. You can be a reserves, or you can be National Guard. National Guard is funded by the state, where reserves and active duty is funded by the federal government. All right, here's the thing. When you go in, say for instance, you don't have a degree, so you come in as enlisted. You have free room and board, okay? Free room and board and allowances and free food. They're going to feed you 3 meals a day. Now, some of those meals may come in a package. They're called MREs, meals ready to eat. Some of them are okay. Some of them are horrific. It's still an option for you. You still get room and board, okay? So if you are 17, 18, 19, 25 still with your mother and father, and you don't have a plan, this may be a viable option for you, because they're going to clothe you, they're going to feed you, they're going to room you, and they're going to pay you. I'm moving right along. So here's some other benefits. A lot of you are worried about health care. A lot of you worry about dental care. 100% free. I say it again. 100% free healthcare and dental care. Now, excuse me, if you are married, if you are married, all the Medicare for your entire family is free. It don't care how many kids you have, you're not going to pay medical fees. All of it is free. All of it is free for your all your 12 kids, for Johnny, Jack, Jerome, Tyrone, Michael, Keisha, Shaniqua, Shara, Sarah, Heather, whoever the names may be. Healthcare is free. The only thing that you pay for is a very small nominal fee for dental care. We're talking about 19 bucks, guys, 25 bucks, okay, a month. Which if you on the outside and you had a regular job and you signed up for medical health care, you was paying out the yin yang. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. You was paying out the yin yang. Okay. Also, you have the use of the commissary, which is their, Kroger, Food Line, Safeway, Giant, Albertsons, etc., their grocery store. The prices are a little bit lower than your regular grocery store, and sometimes even Walmart. Then you have what they call the military exchange. Now, different branches, the Marines have Nexus, Navy, Marine Corps Exchange, and then the Army and Air Force has the AFIS, Army Air Force Forces Exchange, where it's tax free. It's tax free. So if you want to go buy a TV and you live in a high tax state like Washington State, where the state tax is 10.1%, they say 9.9, it's 10.1. It's 10.1 Washington. You won't pay taxes for those products. Then they match price. So if you find something that's sold by Amazon or sold by Walmart or sold by Target, you can go into the military exchange and match it and not even pay the tax. So you get it for a lower price and don't even pay taxes. And depending on what you buy, here's the thing. In a state like mine, if I buy anything for $1,000 at 10%, I'm paying an extra $100. You can do a lot with $100. You can. So I would rather save that amount of money. That is another benefit. Then you have special loans and discounts. Now, some of you know this. You probably heard them in line. You probably heard her at the event. You go up to the counter and you say, hey, do you guys have any discounts for military? Oh, yeah, we have 10% off. Or we have 25% off. Oh, well, it's Veterans Day. It's 50% off. I remember down in Portland, in Fogo de Chao, we was all together, and the guy was like, hey, man, do you got military discount? Like, we sure do. They took 50% off of our bill. 50%. Now, it was Veterans Weekend, but they took 50% off of our bill. And our bill was like some astronomical price, like $200 or $300, because Fogo de Chao is a Brazilian place where they come. You got the little red, the red stopper, green stopper, where you're letting them know, hey, bring more meat. Don't bring more meat, bring more food, etc. And we was in there for a while, but our bill 50% off. So that is a special discount. And here's another one. What about military members? They also get discounts on flights and they get their bags put on for free. Right? You're going to Delta, your Spirit Airlines. I hate Spirit. Sorry, Spirit. You guys suck. Delta, Alaska, American, etc., right? You have to pay. The regular person have to pay unless it's a carry-on. But if you have a checked baggage, because you're like, I'm going to visit mom for 2 weeks, I can't fit everything in that carry-on. Well, if you're a military member going off on vacation or leave or something, then you don't pay. So let me see your ID card. Boop. Okay, you get the free pass. They check your bag. You don't worry about anything. Free. That's another benefit. Some of you probably didn't even know all these benefits that military members have. Now, they save the money. And also you get the VA loan. Okay? You get the VA loan. The VA loan, one of the benefits I know of right off the top of my head is no money down. No money down. And in some instances, you don't even pay closing costs. No money down. Because if you do a Fannie Mae or conventional loan, you have to pay anywhere from 8% or 20% of the mortgage price, or the mortgage of the house price. You have to pay anywhere from 8% to 20% of that $250,000 or that $450,000 home, where someone in the military is coming in with their VA loan and they're paying no money down and sometimes no closing costs. It depends on how they structure the loan. Okay. Then you can get into, you'll have a sense of patriotism, a sense of duty and selfless service. And the good thing about all of this, after all the benefits, there's a few things that you're actually going to get, regardless if you like it or not. This is just my opinion. You're going to have a sense of discipline. You're going to have a sense of discipline. You're going to have a sense of accountability, okay? Because you're going to have to be accountable for oneself. You're going to have to be at the right place, at the right time, and in the right clothes. You have to be at the right place, at the right time, in the right clothes. And you're going to have to be respectful. So you're going to learn discipline. You have to learn respect. You're going to have a sense of leadership. Okay, because in all those things that you're going to learn, you're going to learn leadership. You're going to have to lead other people, either be a small mission or a big mission. And you have to do it with respect and a sense of duty and a sense of selfless service. So these are the things that you're going to naturally get. But the most important thing you're going to get, the two things I really harp on that you're definitely going to get, especially if you open your mind up to it: discipline and respect. See, here's the thing. If you're just going in the military to get your education, then do it. If you're going in the military to find your way, then do it. If you're going into the military because it's a family tradition, then do it. I'm not here to push you in the military. If you don't need the military, if you don't, hey, listen, use the military as they will use you. They're going to use you to do all sorts of crazy and menial and confusing things. But you need to focus on the benefits. Free education, 30 days paid vacation, part-time service. You can do reserves. You can do National Guard. Free discounted tickets for events and all sorts of other functions. Discounted airfare. And here's another one. If you show up in uniform sometimes, there's a lot of people out there who just love the military, say, hey, take my seat in first class. It makes them feel good. They're like, hey, I did something great for the military. I did my job for today. I know a lot of people who sat in first class simply because they wore their uniform. And if you never sat in first class, you will want to sit in first class. All the free booze and all the free food, and all the while you can kick your feet up. Man, first class sure is great. And you, especially when you didn't pay for it. You get what I'm saying? So, and free healthcare. I talked about this, right? Free healthcare, free dental. Okay? Free healthcare, free dental. And listen, you don't need to serve 20 years. You don't need to serve 10 years. You don't need to serve 5 years. Most of the services, you serve anywhere to 3 to 4 years. And you're saying, well, you know what? I'm 25 now. I'll get out at 28, 29. And here's the big difference. You're going to get out with skills. You're going to get out with certification. You should be getting out with an education. And all the while, you're going to have experience. You're going to have experience. And you're going to have that you serve your country on your resume. Somebody say, we're looking for veterans because we know veterans are responsible. We know that veterans are going to show up. We know that veterans are going to do the right thing. And we know that veterans are accountable. Discipline, respect, and accountability with your experience, education, and certifications. You can either start a job or get a job. 3 years of your life. 3 or 4 years of your life is not a long time when someone's paying for your education, where we know the national average of a bachelor's degree is $45,000. It's going to save you $45,000. People ask me all the time, how don't you have school debt? And I have a master's degree. Oh, I forgot to tell you that. The military will pay for your school up to your master's degree. They won't pay for your PhD, but they'll pay up to your master's degree. I'm just letting you know. You have a guaranteed paycheck and bonuses. You get a clothing allowance. You get 30 annual day paid vacation. You get holidays off. You get unit holidays off. You get unlimited sick days off, depending on what your doctor notes say. I mean, the benefits are damn near endless if you really think about it. If you really think about it. And then when you're getting out, they have all sorts of workshops. They have buildings dedicated for service members that are exiting the military to help them to resume write, to do interview. They also have every so often, each day of the week, they will have people to come in and offer you jobs. They're bringing the jobs to you. You're like, hey, you served your country 3-4 years. You served your country 10 years. You served your country 20 years. Now it's our turn to serve you. Here's a job. Where's your resume? Yes, sir. But here's the thing. You have to do your part. You have to get your certification and you have to get your degrees. So I just wanted to let you know that because this is very, very important, guys, that a lot of you may be struggling, but I'm here to tell you that there is a way. And it may be the military. I'm not saying the military is for you. I'm just saying that it's an option with all the benefits that I went over. You can Google it for yourself and you look for yourself. And once again, they have all sorts of jobs for you, whether it be a mechanic on a truck or a tank or a jet or a plane. You can do anything. If you want to do something clerical like human resources, you can do that. You want to do something in finances, you can do that. They have all these jobs. Think of the military as a separate community that is ran like a city. All the jobs that are contained in the city, they have those jobs in the military as well. They have safety and personnel. You can come in as that. They just have so many jobs that is just, quite frankly, too many for me to mention. I could have popped up a website and showed you, but hey, I want you to do some of the work because you're going to serve your country. In those regards, this is Financial Literacy 101. You might want to join the military. I'm out until I hit the end button. Then I am.